TMCnet, coming to you from IT Expo East 2011 in Miami. Joining me is Ian Colville, Product Manager for Acculab. Hi Ian, how you doing?
Yeah, hello Patrick, nice to meet you.
Good to see you today.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks very much for coming to the show and helping make this show what it is. So
well, we've been a long time associate of the show, and as ever, we're glad to be here.
Yeah, that's great. So I think here today we're going to talk about the AMS server, and obviously that particular product has been gaining a lot of traction. And just tell me a little bit about what's sort of propelling its success at this point.
Well, I think one of the key things about AMS server is that it enables application developers, the traditional Acculab customer in one sense, to do what they do, but do it faster, quicker, and more easy. So a lot of it is about fulfilling their ambitions for time to market,
right?
And getting their product to their customers quicker than they might otherwise have been able to do.
Okay, and sort of how do you measure the uptake of this? And in other words, tell me how's it sold? Is it on a license basis or is it?
Yes, yes, indeed. I mean, as is fairly typical with a software-based product. Hardware is easy because you ship one and you get paid for one. But with software, fairly typically there's a license model of some description, per channel or whatever. So AMS server.
I don't know if you can speak specifically to the uptick in licenses, but
I certainly wouldn't be looking to quote numbers and so on. But the product has been very well received. In fact, I was talking to a customer who came to visit us on Monday of this week, and after the usual introductions were gotten over, I mean, his first words were, Ian, he said, AMS server, it's a great product. So it's been well received for sure.
Okay, great.
And these guys have deployed. They're not just playing with the technology, if you like. They've deployed a product based on AMS server.
Right.
already.
Yeah, they're really working with it to produce and bring stuff to market.
Yeah. And they're replacing whatever it was they were using before with AMS server. So that is now their standard platform.
Okay. Yeah. And just getting back to the sort of a variant on the previous question, how widely deployed is it, like out there in the industry?
Well, it's early days yet because we only launched it at IT Expo West last September. So we're only a few months into the general release of the product. But we've had take up in the Americas as well as in Europe and in Australia, as a matter of fact.
Okay. All right, great. And what sort of features and functionality does it deliver that makes it such an attractive product for the developer community?
Well, I think the core feature set is what a lot of people would have termed like a telephony server or a media server. So, the basic functionality they would use to build an IVR platform. You can take all of that functionality for granted, if you like, but what AMS server gives you on top of that is what we call high-level programming language APIs. And that's really the secret to it, because the functionality that you're getting access to is the same functionality that you would have had if you had a hardware-based product or a host media processing-based product. So the icing on the cake, if you like, that's probably a good expression, is the high-level language APIs, which enable people to write their applications, faster, more easily. Right,
and integrate them in with other solutions that are already out there.
I mean, one of the advantages of the high-level language API is that the two languages that we've currently got are C#, which is something for the Visual Studio.NET Microsoft community. We've also got a Python API. But the key thing about these languages is that they're general purpose languages, and typically they'd be the same programming language that people would use to write the application in the first place. So adding the telephony using the same programming language is it's like it's in a sense it's a no-brainer, if you like. Why should I have to resort to low-level C programming? If I can do what I need to do quicker and easier with the same high-level language I'm writing my application in. Right.
Okay. All right, great. Anything else new at Acculab that you want to talk about? I mean, I know you're participating in some panel sessions. Is that right?
Not me personally, but our founder Alan Pand is taking part in a high-level discussion tomorrow on the cloud aspects of cloud computing and so on. And Alan is also doing a keynote here tomorrow morning, which I'd certainly urge people to go along and listen to that. That'll be quite revealing.
Okay, great. And overall company growth for 2010 and then looking into 2011?
Yeah, well, Acculab, like everybody else in the recent past, we've had ups and downs, if you like, peaks and troughs. But the future is certainly bright for Acculab.
Okay.
We no concerns looking forward, and we're with new ventures that might become apparent after tomorrow. Then
oh, really?
Okay. As I say, the future is looking bright.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Good. Well, thanks very much for your time, Ian. We've been talking to Ian Colville, product manager for Acculab, coming to you from IT Expo East 2011 here in Miami. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much, Patrick.